I'm going to show a quick trailer for MekaBots, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the rise and fall of MekaVerse, what people can learn from this, and also about Discord security, because unfortunately the MekaVerse team was hacked when they were trying to launch these bad boys. So going to switch this real quick. All right, so that was a quick MekaBots trailer. They did release this for holders. It was going to be a mint, but it got pushed back because, unfortunately, their Discord, again, did get hacked. But the conversation I kind of want to have here with you guys is how MekaVerse, seeing that it went up to 9 ETH and now I think has crossed under 0.5, which hurts my bags. But how did that happen? Like, let's just give me a quick overall on how you guys think this all came to be.
What I remember of Mecca being is it was probably one of the very first big hype drops, right, that happened. And it had to be coded with the raffle. You had to sign up, be eligible for the raffle. And if you won, you got to mint the Mecca. Automatically, I think the floor was like 2, if I remember correctly. And then it just got hyped up, like you said, all the way to 9. Then post reveal, it just crashed. And I feel like a problem with their reveal was that a lot of the Meccas did look alike. There wasn't a lot of difference from the floor mechas. And, there was definitely some big sales, I remember, that day, some of the more rare ones. What happened and why it fell, I probably think it had to do something with the utility of it, because there wasn't much utility that came afterwards, after it was the reveal. I don't know if the project had any updates for their community or holders. From what I recall, I don't remember hearing much after reveal. So that's probably what it was, because, we kind of went through this phase where everybody wanted utility right away or something, right away for being a holder. And that kind of felt like after Mecca, there was kind of like this downfall of the market that kind of just stayed that way for a while. Then we started getting all these, 2 ETH mints that were eventually rugs and all this stuff. So yeah, but yeah, it's weird to see what happened to them, because I remember they were definitely one of the biggest hyped projects at the time, and just because of being the high mint price plus the raffle and all that. So it's definitely odd to see. It's crazy to even think that people that bought these at 6, 7 ETH right now are still holding. But it's just, to me, think back at that time where we were, because the market was so, it was such a bullish market, for it to be sitting where it's at now. It's pretty insane to think about.
Man,
I'm a
I think
glass
if I
half
got
full
in
kind of guy.
at,
Oh, go for it. Yeah.
I said if I got in at 6, 7 ETH, I would still be holding. I mean, that's too much.
You don't
of
want to sell at a
for me.
loss.
I couldn't
Right,
do that.
yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
No. I'd be a bag holder, but that's me. I think it was just that people don't do their appropriate research when they jump in. And if you don't know what you're getting into and what you're doing, if you think you're just going to flip in 48 hours and then the floor goes down, you have to be okay sitting on these projects for several months. And I don't think a lot of people expected to have to do that. I'm down on a bunch of projects. And I'm okay with that. That's the bear market. If you hold, you're usually benefited and blessed at the end of it, as long as the project's solid in the beginning. Got to do your own research.
To piggyback on that, honestly, like, I'm a glass half full kind of guy, and many titans have fallen over the years. Apple's been hacked, Microsoft's been hacked, Amazon's been hacked. Everyone gets hacked, and there's this old phrase that says, when there's blood on the street, you buy property. And so this might actually be an extraordinary buying opportunity for these NFTs, especially if they've fallen so hard. And so I'm in complete agreement with you. Like, you got to think long term sometimes with these projects. Sure, it's down right now, but what will it be like in 2, 3, 5, 10 years? And so that's where I kind of sit on things like this. Is, sure, it's bad in the moment, but terrible, horrible things have happened to titans over the years, and they've recovered from it. And so if they have a community who are like Savage, are holding their bags, hoping for brighter days, then that kind of gives me hope that it's going to do all right in the long term.
I was going to say, another project that reminds me of the similar rise and fall was the Oni Force. Who, if you think back at it, they kind of kicked off the whole whitelist grind meta, trying to be in the pre-sale and grinding and the engagement and all that stuff they kind of kicked off, which the market and the space kind of copied afterwards. And now I think they're sitting at the same thing, almost like a zero point 0.6 floor or something, when they went up to like I think 6 ETH or something like that at the top. But I feel like that community is definitely always doing other things afterwards. They're creating. I know they have a upcoming drop now for holders and all that stuff. Whereas Meka kind of did the same thing, but it took them a bit longer to kind of get something going afterwards. And it's not just to say that the fault is in Meka and the let's say creators of it, because value also comes from the community members. Like there was a lot of Oniforce holders that did their own thing and did their own derivatives. From holding that IP that they kind of branched off from that. I don't recall seeing anything like that from Meka. So you kind of see why that could fall as a community. But yeah, it's definitely odd to see. But I feel like Uncle said, some of these projects could be a good buying point right now. Definitely getting in and seeing what they have in store for the future.